Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be an analysis of some of the more popular futures markets out there for day traders. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. A couple quick clarifications. Number one, I will be using the 1 hour time frame. So what that means if you're a beginner is that each one of these candlesticks, as they're called, represents 1 hour's worth of price action. So just keep that in mind. So we'll be starting off on the NQ. And as a reminder, if you trade the MNQ, they mimic one another. So what I talk about here, you could totally apply to the MNQ chart. So this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched the previous videos. But if you did, hopefully remember me putting in that trend line right there, because here we have the power of charts. Amazing. Price came up here, rejected off that line, tried again late afternoon, rejected off that line. So moving into the next session, everybody and their brother's uncle is going to be watching that trend line and wondering, can the price break through it? And the more eyeballs that are watching a certain level, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So while there are no guarantees, is it valid? Is it rational to think that if the price comes up here and pushes up through that trend line right there, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a more than a plausible conclusion. And if it's a very high volume break of that level, the next question really revolves around the fact, will it get up to that area right there, which has been a resistance we've been tracking for a very long time now, right up there at about the 955 mark. So 955, definitely kind of the golden goose area up here, but certainly the very stubborn level in the near term is that trend line right there. In terms of levels of support moving forward in the next session, ideal level in terms of what make the chart look the best would be staying above that pink line there, 200 period moving average, right now valued at 660. And then if the price breaks down through there, that's still the next key, definitely overarching level down there at the 430 mark. So keep an eye on that. But in my opinion, at least, definitely the most interesting dynamic is all eyes on that trend line right there. Can the price break through it? We'll see what happens. Now taking a look at the ES, and once again, this will mean a little bit more to those of you that watch our previous videos, but hopefully you remember me talking about that 1696 mark as an area of resistance and the power of charts. That's right where the price got rejected from during that news event right there. And then again, you can't make this stuff off the power of charts. If you don't believe me, if you think that these lines weren't already there, I'm not offended at all. Just go back into the archive and watch the video I did previously, and you'll see I talked about this support zone down here. And wouldn't you know it, this crazy, crazy action. Look right where it finally found some support. Well, wouldn't you know it, right here in the support zone before a very nice bounce in the upwards direction. So for any of you that watched the previous video and we're starting to accumulate and go long right here, congratulations to you, because obviously you got paid in a very, very nice way. So with all that being said, nothing has really changed from an overall standpoint. Right now, we have just a big sideways channel that has formed. Top of the channel up there at 1696, as we already talked about. Bottom of the channel, more so this support zone, with the top of the zone being at 6029 and the bottom of the channel being right there around 6019. So still kind of just a question of who is ultimately going to win this battle within the sideways channel. But for the traders out there, yeah, this choppiness action, the up and down, there's still plenty of opportunities to be traded within there. But as far as those overarching levels are concerned, definitely keep an eye on those levels. Next one here, taking a look at the YM, so the Dow Jones, and resistance-wise, as I talked about yesterday, that pink line continues to be a very stubborn level, which is the 200 period moving average. You can see just more times in the earlier part of the session, and then right here during that announcement, and then down it went. Now you have the younger brother of the 200 period stepping in as resistance. You have the 50 period, that purple line, you can see right there, currently acting as resistance. So in any sort of attempted curl back upwards, these are going to be, we'll call them the Bash Brothers. So the Bash Brothers right now are going to be the two main areas where if there is going to be any sort of truer, upside momentum and upside strength, those will be the two key levels that need to be cleared through. In terms of levels of support, 44,000 is, as of now, doing a good job holding it as strength, but given the price is currently knocking on the door, what I'm going to do here, especially now that we have more data, seems as though more so the accurate level is going to be down there right around the 228 mark, because, nothing fancy here other than that's just where the bears tried several times to push down through there and couldn't quite do it. The buyer stepped up several times. So that's where you got to think that's going to be a key area. But if the price were to go down there and break through there, then the next key level after that would be down there right at the 44,000 mark. So overall, pretty eventful day. Nice bounce, did get rejected. So is this rejection going to continue down to that 228 mark? It's definitely going to get interesting here for the next session. We're now stepping away from the indices and stepping into the oil market, specifically crude, CL, and wow. I put this trend line in place in yesterday's video, and it was broken through there, but I'd be a full-blown liar if I thought that a break of that trend line meant this sort of just complete carnage back to the downside. So it was just very, very rough, and the tides have turned very, very quickly. How quickly? Well, look how steep this trend line is right there. That is a very, very steep trend line, and as right now, the price isn't it. Still, even with the steepness of it, the price isn't anywhere close to doing battle with it. In fact, let me just get rid of that level up there. It served its purpose for now. So in the very near term, I would keep a close eye on that trend line right there, and I wouldn't get my hopes up at all with any sort of bounce unless the price can push up through that level. Even if the price can, then you have a couple of nasty moving averages to now deal with. You have the pink line, the 200 period moving average, and the purple line, the 50 period moving averages as main areas of resistance. And then in terms of areas of support, actually, did the price even, let's see, what did this ray do here? Okay, so still got a chance there. So we have this overarching trend line right here. Let me change that to green for support. So keep a close eye on that, and that's just coming from a basic connection of these lows both here and here. But if the price cannot hold above that trend line, then yeah, at that point, I could see this very realistically headed down into the low 70s, if not even potentially below 70. But as of now, a lot of downwards pressure has shown up, but it is approaching a very possible bounce point, so it'll be interesting to see how the price does behave at that trend line during the next session. Now we're moving into the market of precious metals, and specifically gold, GC, and overall this one has held nicely and actually got a good breakout. Things got very, very crazy for a while. You can see here during this hour, I mean, look at that big move down. But once again, the power of technical analysis. Did it bounce directly off that pink line there, the 200 period moving average? It did not. But did it get, within the vicinity of it? Hopefully we can all agree. Yeah, it definitely got it within the vicinity of it before getting a very, very impressive bounce back upwards. And that bounce carried it up into that resistance line that I talked about in the previous video. Broke through there and then got that much more momentum. So I'll go ahead and get rid of that level as it served its purpose for now. And really now moving into the next session, key area of resistance is going to be right up here at the 29.36 mark. You can see that was not only the high from this previous, or from the session here, but you look back here into the previous session, and that's right where the price was struggling quite a bit here. So that's not to say that 29.36 can't be broken, just saying it makes sense, on why the price did get rejected right there, and that moving forward, that'll be a key area of resistance. If the price does happen to roll back over, then yeah, all eyes on that pink line there, 200 period moving average. So far, so good. As I pointed out already, did a good job of honoring and respecting it there. So if it does come back down, it'll be interesting to see if the price can once again respect it or if the bears will be strong enough to push down through there. But like I said, very nice bounce off that level. So it'll be interesting to see if it can get another push back up through the 29.36 mark. So that wraps up the analysis, and as you hopefully saw at the top of the screen, that banner, I would highly recommend if you're looking to get into prop firm trading with futures, or maybe try a different prop firm, to really give Take Profit Trader a try. It's who I use, who I recommend. They pay quickly, they do pay. There's a lot of good things going on about them, so make sure you check out that link so you can get the current deal, which is 50% off, but you got to use that link. So if you can do that, that'd be very much appreciated. And then they do offer to pretty much traders around the world, unless you see that your country on that list. If you do see your country on that list, unfortunately, they would not be available to you. But I would definitely say give Take Profit Trader a try as a prop firm, as they're a very quality company, and I've enjoyed using them myself. If you enjoy these analysis videos, as always, hit that like button. And if you're looking to support the channel in a super free and easy way, if you could hit that subscribe button, it really does help out. So thanks for watching. Take care.